All right, now I think they can see you on your channel, but let me get mine going here too. Looking good, looking good.
Yes, they can see us.
Yeah, I should probably start the timer. What am I doing? Hey everybody, this is my face. Fuck you
He's
all,
sick
like and
today.
subscribe. I'm really not. I'm just not. Let's do this. Let's cut, and we'll put it down to we'll just fuck with it. We'll give it a solid 90 seconds until I get mine on.
Man, that was a hell of an opening. How do we top that?
I don't know. It won't actually appear that way on my account or on my I guess I save all of the professionalism for my channel.
Oh shit! YouTube's got those things. I can cut that out in no time.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
Just clip it.
Start streaming on my end. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Someone says condescending is spelled wrong in the title. I think. Well, that would be Mr. Atheist's fault. Blame him.
In the thumbnail? It might be. I don't know.
In the title.
Well, it's not in the title. The title says "Con me twice, shame on you."
It might on yours.
Oh, did you do something else?
I put what you had on the thumbnail.
Just the single word condescending?
Condescending ASMR, I think, as well.
Gotcha. Well, cool. I'm just glad they can't hear us. Let's abuse our... Let's abuse... Someone said it says condensing? I don't know. Did I make a typo?
Condensing.
That'd be pretty funny, actually.
We leave it. That's good.
Keep it. I don't think I think they're fucking with us.
Probably.
Oh, good. The autoplay failed. Hang on. Here we go.
This is quite a gathering. Wow. It's a lot of people. That China has total respect for Donald Trump and for Donald Trump's very, very large brain. Oh, China's so great. China's so great. I like President Xi.
That's good.
I love that.
What a dope.
Everybody loves that big old brain on Donnie. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody to Ad+Homies. I'm Jimmy, Mr. Atheist on YouTube. If you haven't seen my channel, you know what? At this point, fuck you. Like, you've been here enough times. There's no way. So I don't even want your subscription. If you subscribe, fuck off. I'm just trying something new. Maybe that'll get me all the new things.
And I'm Kyle, Mrs. Atheist. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Absolutely.
So,
you know you're professional when your monitors weren't wired behind you. Good.
I believe they've gotten that vibe. How long have we been doing this? For 6 weeks now, and there's always something that we fuck up on. So I mean, we should just drop the professionalism thing.
Except the first week. The first week went oddly like super smooth, and then we kept trying to like change things and do more stuff, and it was just a big mistake.
Yep. It's okay though, because tonight's going to be fun. We have me and Jimmy have put together quite a list of cringe for you guys. Total cringe.
Absolutely. But first, we like to start off these shows by talking about some of our favorite videos we did during the week, and I'm gonna let Kyle start off because I'm gonna go check some other things here. But Kyle, tell the people about this thing.
Yes, we did. We did a big collaboration with the people that you see there in the window. Mr. Atheist also is a part of that. Those Prophet of Zod, Jeff Holiday, Shannon Q, Rags, Godless Engineer, Logic, Creationist Cat, Holy Kool-Aid, Lloyd Evans, Aaron Ron, and Bionic Dance. And I split up the two. They're in two parts. on the channel. The second part just went up right before we came on, and it focuses a little bit on faith. The first one focuses on pseudoscience and just bizarre beliefs like chili juice, miracle mineral solution, urine therapy, things like that. So big thank you to those guys and to you as well, Jimmy, for being a part of that. I think it came out well, and it was a lot of fun to do. It
just went live, so I haven't gotten to see it, but I'm going to, if this was any other talk show, I'd just lie and be like, yeah, it came out super great. I haven't actually seen it yet, but I will watch it immediately upon completion of this show. And yeah, my
you
little
just stop
bit
it now and watch it.
Let's just stop the whole fucking show. All right, bye everybody.
Okay.
It was good seeing everyone. Kinda. I don't know. That was mean. That was mean to my audience and unnecessary. I this week put out a video, and let me give everybody the thumbnail here because I really liked this one. I'm gonna go big screen for a second. So there's this channel on YouTube. Have I sent you this channel yet? Called The Three Mormons, Kyle. It's like
no.
they're for those who don't know, I was raised a Mormon and was pretty devout until about 18, and then things all fell apart because I had like thoughts of my own. And there's this channel called The Three Mormons, and they're like these quintessential Mormons. You've got like the dude you see 700 times if you just drive near BYU. You've got the girl who's got her shoulders completely covered and thinks being modest is the hottest. And then you've got the token black guy. And it's just these three way too happy people speaking way too happily at the camera about like, here's why you're a terrible piece of shit. Did you masturbate? Oh, you're filthy. Anyway, they did this.
I actually masturbate to those kind of videos.
Yeah,
I actually masturbate to videos. They call me shit. Yeah.
I can't get hard any other way. So they did this video on sex, pornography, and masturbation, and
fantastic.
Yeah, it was really. So I reviewed that video. It was a lot of fun. I actually kind of went a little crazy this week with it. You and I have talked about this. I know. I've been feeling kind of burnt out lately. So I literally was just like, for once, I'm not even going to watch the video ahead of time. I just set up the video and I set up my camera and I was just like, all right, let's fucking do this. And I decided to just let loose. So you got to see a looser, crazier, you got to see my Alex Jones side. Less conspiracy, but a lot of yelling. So it was a good time.
Did you call the frogs gay? That's what's important.
Well, the frogs are gay. I don't know if you have to keep saying the frogs are gay. It's like calling
you say
Perez.
That like it's you say that like it's common knowledge, but I promise you, there are people out there that do not believe that frogs are gay, and no, they're not using logic or reason, but they still believe that.
It's the same people who think Perez Hilton isn't gay. Like, come on.
He's still alive?
Is he? I don't know. I just remember for years hearing the name and thinking people were like mispronouncing Paris Hilton and thinking that Paris Hilton had some kind of show on YouTube that I had never seen. I was like,
you are a Mormon.
Only
a Mormon would do that.
Why does she go by Perez now? That seems so pretentious.
But that's something that she would do. That is totally something that Paris Hilton would do. It would be to change her name to Perez.
That's true. I'm not Paris anymore. It's actually Perez.
It's Perez. Perez.
When are you? I'm the artist formerly known as Paris. Southern Belle, modest.
So hot.
Modest. So hot.
I hated that show. My brother would watch that show because we were in high school at the time when that came out, and he used to watch it all the time, and it just pissed me off that he liked that show. It's just the epitome of dumb. I mean, just the epitome of what stupid is.
I would have been in middle school or junior high. I remember it was happening right as I was figuring out touching myself. So I couldn't tell you what the plot lines were of any story, but two anorexically attractive girls, not actually. I wouldn't be today attracted to them back then for a lot of reasons, really. But I liked the show for that. My experience with reality TV, though, the worst one is that I broke my leg when I was like 21, maybe 22. And I was bedridden for a good month because it was like a really bad break. It was like 2 weeks. But it was a really bad break, and so I was just on the bed watching TV, and I couldn't sleep at night. And the only thing that would come on at 2 a.m. was Jersey Shore, and I'm already like hopped up on Percocet, so I totally perked out. I think I saw every episode of Jersey Shore.
Please don't ever tell anyone else that. Please don't ever tell anyone else that story.
Thank God. Thank God there's no record of it anywhere.
There's a good show that comes on. I've spent several nights in college, like studying for exams or whatever throughout the middle of the night. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, there's the show comes on called Cheaters. Have you ever seen this? It only comes on like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Years ago,
but it's fantastic.
Yeah.
They follow people around and set them up, and they catch them cheating. And the guy that hosts the show actually was doing one of these stings or whatever, and the guy pulled out a knife and stabbed him.
Yeah, on a boat.
Yeah.
I'm on a boat, and
I'm gonna have to see if I can catch up with Cheaters.
The
whole premise for that show is just excellent.
Let's turn to the live chat real quick. My live chat is pretty quiet for once. Usually there's a little more engagement, but today I don't even see any of my mods in there. But I wanted to know from the live chat, what, by the way, I did verify they were fucking with us. I did not spell condescending incorrectly.
Bad live chat.
Yeah, bad live chat. But what in the live chat, what are your guilty reality TV show pleasures? What is that show that you don't tell anybody you watch, but you definitely know all the characters' names? You know that JWoww and her boyfriend or her husband are getting a divorce. That actually just came across my bow the other day, that they were getting a divorce, and I was like, I remember that guy from back in my perked up state.
And my live chat, I want to hear what you have for this as well, but I would normally say, be honest. I'm not going to judge you, but in this case, I totally will be judging you. So
judgment
put
is
it down
incoming.
as your own thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, judgment is incoming big time. I don't know if my live chat is broken or does no one has anything to say this week. I love you all. I hope everything's okay. Also, I want to address, like, for anybody who knows who I'm talking about, has anyone else noticed that JWoww and Snooki ruined their faces after, like, the main seasons? Every time I see them now, like, pop up on television, they've gotten reconstructive face surgery done, and they're only in their, like, probably early 30s now, so it's a little early for that anyway, and now they've got these big old puffed up cheeks and these fake ass collagen lips. It's just they really ruined their faces.
Number one, if anybody needed it, they probably did. And number two, I cannot believe that we have already spent over the obligatory 30 seconds on Jersey Shore. Like, that's in the Constitution somewhere, that you can only spend that amount of time on Jersey Shore.
If
you keep going, you're going to be saying gin tan laundry and pumping your fist in the air. And I don't want to see that happen to somebody that I care about.
The FCC won't let me be. All right, we'll move on to some stuff. But the FCC is definitely going to shut us down before this is over. Does the FCC have any jurisdiction
Dog the Bounty Hunter
on YouTube?
Superstar USA, Dog the Bounty Hunter, Seinfeld.
Someone's ashamed that they watch Seinfeld? Here's the thing. Seinfeld, a lot of people act like it's the greatest thing comedy ever had. And I'm sure at the time it probably revolutionized a lot of things. But this is kind of like, have you ever had that friend that all of your friends just think is the hottest person they've ever seen, and you're just kind of like, they're fine? That's kind of Seinfeld for me. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Larry David at his best, though, is Curb Your Enthusiasm. Curb Your Enthusiasm, 10 times funnier than Seinfeld ever was on its best day. I
don't know that. I think you have to separate you can't compare the two, because Larry David was able to do a lot more than you can get away with on network TV by being on HBO. So that kind of opened that up. But in terms of where I think it really hit its mark is because Jerry Seinfeld did something that no other show had ever done, and that was to end on its highest season. Usually the reason that people forget about TV shows is because they arc and they have a rising. There's a climax, and then they run it in the ground to death. But what Jerry Seinfeld did was take it off at that top, leaving people wanting more before it got too overdone. And I think that's why.
I don't. The last sentence you said, I don't necessarily agree with the leaving people wanting more, because while they did do that, they did their finale still had more viewers than anything else. The reason why people think they got canceled is their final season kind of sucked. So they watch the final season and they know it ended there. So people intuit that they got canceled when they in fact didn't. Like Key and Peele ended on at the height of their show's performance, and their final season was fucking amazing.
I'll disagree that the last season of Seinfeld sucked. I thought it was great.
We at least agree that the last episode of Seinfeld sucked.
Well, I mean, I think that's another one of those things too, that when we have a show that doesn't end the way that we want. Like for me, Dexter and The Sopranos were the two that pissed me off the most. Like I was so angry at Dexter and so angry at The Sopranos that it puts a damper on that. I don't want to go near that episode anymore. I'll tell you, the one show that killed it when it comes to how to end a series was Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Nailed
so
it.
On the two you gave, Dexter and what was the other one? The Sopranos. Sopranos, I didn't mind the way it ended, but I also knew how it was going to end before I saw it, because I literally watched The Sopranos for the first time all the way through 2 years ago. And so I already knew about the cuts to black scene coming.
Great series.
Yeah, really good. It still kind of holds up. Like, obviously, you're going to be like,
oh, yeah.
Where are the cell phones? But other than that, it pretty well holds up. Dexter was another one, though, that, like, I didn't expect a great season finale, since that season and the season prior pretty well sucked. Like, the show had gone to shit. Yeah, man.
I cannot agree with you there.
Up through Trinity Killer was like the best part of Dexter. Once Trinity Killer was done,
and see, there's the issue. When you have somebody like John Lithgow who plays just such a brilliant villain, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's some things you cannot top. Like you right. can't come back and outdo. And those need to be the ones that you end on. Anything that you cast John Lithgow for is gonna be untoppable, because the guy's a genius. I mean, he's just amazing.
The actors they got for the religious season, the one with the like religious murderer serial killer, I can't remember their names, so maybe that does show that they're. I know one of them's Tom Hanks' son. And then the older guy is somebody of merit too. But they're like they are really good actors. It was just the plot was never as good as the Trinity year. Like
yeah. And do you watch Game of Thrones?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
That's one show that I can't have any I don't have any bad critiques of either. But I'm dying to know how they're going to wrap up this monster. I mean, just the entire thing it's a once in a lifetime show. I mean, it's fantastic.
Sophie Turner said, the girl who plays Sansa said that she thinks the fans are going to be really torn on the ending. Like she thinks some people will love it and some will hate it, which means, some people are going to die. It's probably not then just the obvious thing, which is that Jon Snow is going to rule the land with peace forever.
Oh no, that's the thing about that the directors and George R.R. Martin, they always do exactly the opposite of what any other show would do or what you expect them to do. Like when we have a character that you love, it doesn't matter. Ned Stark could have been a badass throughout the entire season. They cut his head off in the first one.
I just lost my headphones.
You know what I mean? So okay.
Say that last bit again, right after Ned Stark.
I was saying, that he could have been a badass throughout the entire series, but they cut his head off in the first season. It doesn't matter if you like them, love them; they're gonna die. Pretty much, any person that you love in that show is going to die. You should get used to that fact. And
there's a few times that didn't play out. Like I predicted precisely the way Jon Snow was going to come back to life, that he wasn't going to stay dead. The fact that they had the Red Witch around so conveniently at that time, like that I knew was coming. Another thing I've noticed, and I don't know if this means he's waiting till the end, but I think it means he doesn't have the balls. I don't think George has it in him to kill off the dwarf, the Lannister, the Lannister dwarf guy.
No,
Tyrion.
Well,
because it's his
Tyrion.
favorite character. He said it, and I don't think he's like saving his own favorite character.
And I'd be okay with that. My prediction is that Bran is going to wind up being the White Walker King.
Oh yeah, no. I first of all, there's only 7 episodes left. The amount of arc that I would have to like go through to establish that.
It doesn't have to have an arc. Think about it. He is borging back to a situation where he can finally stop himself. Because if you think all the way back to the where the tree in the forest was, and they drove that thing through that guy, and then Bran got grabbed by the White King. He always knows where they're always together. They're always seemingly not very far away. And he looks. Look at the guy's face and Bran. They look identical.
I don't doubt that they're linked, but I don't think they're the same guy. But certainly I think that like the 3-eyed raven would be showing him stuff most relevant to what is endangering him and what's endangering other people. So I don't know.
Just watch.
Wait
and see.
Obviously most people did, but I called the whole Dany is Jon's aunt thing. Targaryens were also like traditionally incestuous, so I didn't think it was going to be a big deal, and I still don't think it'll be once they reveal who he is. I think it's going to end predictably, and it's going to be that Jon and Dany decide to co-manage, like on The Office. They become co-managers of the realm.
I don't think you could be more wrong, dude. This is not going to end pretty at all.
We'll see.
Jamie's going to kill Cersei. I can say that.
Of course. Yeah.
Anyway, let's get to some videos.
You're right.
We've Game of Thrones out, but I can't wait to say I told you so. I'll just throw that out there.
All right, man. But I've been pretty good on the predictions so far.
Yeah, well, that's what most people that watch Game of Thrones do. Oh, I know what's happening next, and then bam, red wedding.
Those people with the books, they know. How much of this video are we needing this time?
As much as we can take. And we can jump around. But people want to know what ASMR is, based on the title of that. And it's an auditory response that you get. It starts at the they say it's a tingling sensation that starts at the top of your skull, and travels downward to the base of your spine, and I don't quite think that's not the reaction that I get when I watch these. What about you, Jimmy?
It's Goosey's. When I watch some ASMR, I think I've gotten it once or twice. Actually, I get it from classical music that has like a really nice build to it. There's one song in particular that I can't. While we're watching, I'll probably pull it up, and that way people can pull it up after. But it's a pretty old song. I mean, it's from like the 17th century, but it's got this really. It's like a really pleasant melody, and then it just hits you all at once with a choir, just, and it always gives me that ASMR feeling. Yeah, it's
cold chills. But these, you won't get it from these though, and you'll see why.
Let's find out.
A second.
Rapunzel. Asmer. Hey.
Hi. Okay.
Old school video.
Why is she clicking?
I know they'll do like all kinds of funny sounds. Like there's this one girl who always does this, and that's actually for some reason like a really pleasing sound to me. Like it's a moth or something. I don't know what it is, but this thing, you guys can't hear it as much as because I don't have my gain cranked all the way up. But yeah, these people, they always do this thing too, because you're supposed to have the stereo headphones in, and like you can hear it move between the two headphones. But yeah.
Have you seen the machines that they use to do that? Like the ones that are designed for that have the the model ears that come out, and they have videos of them actually doing it with those and like putting on gloves and rubbing and licking the. It's so bizarre. But just watch this.
Yeah, here we go.
Now she knows that is not an afro on that microphone, right? That is not an afro.
I don't like this one. This one's like nail file to me. Oof.
This is inspired by a video I saw recently.
Was it nails on a chalkboard?
She's combing the mic like an afro.
She's trying to fluff it up.
All right, pop anywhere in like the first quarter of it. Let's see what else that she's doing.
Is she just saying the word scratchy?
She's not saying anything. She's clicking like.
Oh, there it goes. I don't like the scratching. The scratching gives me bad goosies.
But my question is, what is this for? Like, what does this do for someone? What does this invoke in some?
It depends on the person, but like, Jammy, for example, I know Jammy uses this shit to fall asleep. I don't know if he uses hers, but yeah. He uses Gabby, I think. But like, she actually like will talk and like tell, like almost like you're telling a story. This of just like clucking at your microphone and then stabbing it with scissors. Who can fall asleep to that? Now, we'll do some more here in a second, but do you want to tell the people about some of the other videos you found this week?
Yes. You talk about the lollipop one?
I was the dark side of ASMR.
Oh yeah. So Elvis the Alien, who is fantastic. I mean, he's phenomenal. If you haven't seen his channel, you need to go check it out. But he does a series called The Dark Side of ASMR, where he takes some of the. You can go and search a bunch of these videos, and some of them are cool. Like Jimmy said, that they're relaxing. They'll tell you stories. Some of them though are like cringe to a level that is just it's hard to handle. And you have people that do kidnapping role plays. Where it's like you're actually being kidnapped, and they're. I believe Jimmy, you saw that one, didn't you?
Yeah, that shit's so fucking weird. I saw one. I saw the one you sent me, but I also had seen one in the past where I think I was watching it on H3, but so full disclosure. But it was like a man with like a knife that would get close to your. Oh my god, I've got fucking music playing. I was just trying to pull up that one song, but yeah, he's got like a knife and he like puts it close to the camera and the mic, and he's like, just don't make any moves. Don't make any moves. And it's fucking like, it's the creepiest fucking shit. But for anyone who wanted to know what the song was I was talking about earlier, it's Johann's Passion BWV 245 Part 1 -1, and it's by Bach, and it's awesome.
There's also a guy that does gay sex ASMR, and what he does is he actually turns the camera off and has sex with his boyfriend, and you guess the act that's going on. I think I can guess. I wonder, there's got to be other porn ASMR, like people like putting microphones into themselves and such, so you can hear what inside a person is like. That's what it's for. This is nothing more than fat porn. Like people fat to this for some reason, because it gets the creep level in this is so. There's a nurse that she's actually really hot. She's very, very good looking girl. Does this nurse ASMR, and it's like you're at grade school and they're checking you for lice. So she's like, "Oh yeah, that's so fucking weird. We've had a breakout of lice recently, and oh, it's okay, honey. Don't be scared. Don't be frightened. Your stepdad will be home soon. You just expect that to be next." Like, I just want to see the person that goes, "Oh, so and so has a new lice role play video out. I've been waiting for this for so long." Who does that? Anyway, I'll be launching my ASMR channel later this month. That actually suits you. Yeah. That actually suits you. Yeah. Speaking of which, we should start. All right, next week, Kyle, we're going to really start promoting the other channel
And where Ad+Homies has a channel to itself. We're going to get all the website stuff and the Reddit stuff actually like really going and all that shit. That'll happen over this week. But do find the Ad+Homies channel because I don't think we linked it this time. But if you type in Ad+Homies and you filter by channel, make sure, because before long we will be going out exclusively on that channel. And by before long,
I didn't even know we had a channel.
Please make it soon. I think it'll be like, we definitely want to get it to 1,000 subscribers and get it approved. So we're gonna have to do the live streams and everything. So as many people who can sub over there, because getting that one set to the YouTube partner is gonna take a fucking minute.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, I mean, but yeah, we'll start working on that in the future weeks. We'll probably do like I'm gonna start doing like hangouts with people also, like if you super chat $10 or more. Not today, maybe tomorrow on Sunday Mass, which Kyle will be back for Sunday Mass tomorrow on my channel, or something. I'm going to do like at this limit, after the show, you can come on to a video conference call and hang out if you super chat this much. And speaking of super chat, Andreu did €5 and he said, "Hey Jimmy, will you show these fists?" Oh, gotcha. He asked, "Hey Jimmy, will you show 3 fists in your new ASMR channel?" Because of the triple fisting joke that happened last week. Yeah, of course.
Great. Can't wait.
But you want to hear the scrape some more? Oh, the scrape.
No,
I'm already cringing because of the scrape. I'm going to do it.
Cut to the end. Let's see how she ends up, because I don't
Oh, it started so bad. It really is like nail or like Velcro along fabric to me. Okay, that part's not so bad. That's almost relaxing. That kind of sounds like what you would think wings would sound like on like a fucking hummingbird.
That sounds like somebody fapping. It sounds like somebody fapping.
Fine. That still relaxes me. That one's not as bad as the scissors, but it's not great. Oh, that one's bad. Oh, I don't like that.
Let's see how she ends it.
All right.
I didn't make it to the...
You know what?
Oh,
yeah.
God, now she's got it.
I think we thought the ads would be funny, but so far it was only funny that one time.
Supporting me on Dad.
I didn't know she had so many mics set up.
Donated. The people who
Okay, so right now she's thanking her patron, so let's back up a little. I really want, just once, I want one of these ASMR people to just lean in the mic and go, "I'd appreciate the input." And then just end that way.
There's
one.
There's one girl that stops in the middle of like her role play, what she's doing, and looks at the camera and goes, "I know you're jacking off, and that's okay. Keep going."
I don't think I could. It's like when the door handle jiggles. Even when you call through, and when you call through the door and you're like, "What's up?" And they're like, "Blah, blah, 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 blah," and you're like, "So I'm napping right now. I'm just give me a few minutes," and then they go away, but it's still ruined. You're just like, you're not quite flaccid, but you're like, do I want to put the work back into getting me where I was? And you know, I'm a dude, so yes, I do end up doing that, but you think it's still ruined.
Never had that problem. In fact, it's exciting for me if they come in. I leave the door open. Just come on in. Come join.
Just hang out. Yeah, no. When I'm doing such a solitary, I like to do whatever it is I've established I'm doing. Like, maybe it's not like if Beyonce walked in, I'd be like, "Excuse me, jerking off here."
Yeah, she would. You would definitely not do that with her.
Or Brendan Urie.
Nope.
Either.
Nope.
Or Nicki Minaj. Or Mino. Yeah. No one knows who Mino
is.
That's okay. The following are musicians I'd have sex with if they walked in on me masturbating. Where were we?
I think we should say goodbye to her and go to...
I don't like that. It's like sandpaper.
You can't look away.
I can't. And I should be looking in the camera. This is very non-professional.
Yeah, cut her out. She's creeping me out now.
I am creeped.
Bye, Trick.
Well, this video is amazing. Now to the con and condescending. The con and...
Or condensing.
Conventional wisdom. Yeah, or condescending.
We're really going to challenge your convictions.
Yeah. That's it.
Let us be a conduit on how to not be scammed.
I just
Make
don't
sure
know.
you use a condom.
I just don't know if I'll have the continuous stamina to keep making continuous puns.
Only if they're as big as the continent we are on.
Do you think that's conducive, though?
I think it's.
Hey,
I think you're hitting my convictions.
Who's your favorite political pundit, by the way? Mine's Kellyanne Conway.
Probably Connor Stapleton.
Stapleton. I don't know who that is. Is it too early to start just changing people's name? I like Tucker Carlson. That didn't work. Carlson does not smoothly transition to
Press play, Jimmy. Press play.
Connelson.
I want this back.
Hey, but please do not.
We're just laughing about it. Just.
You just
About your shit? Hey, yeah, I understand. Go ahead.
White bitch and I got this. It's that black market I'm shopping. As kings, we bossing. Well, I'm the first queen's no option. I heard they hate it and I don't give a fuck.
Okay. No, hold on. It's just honey cocaine.
No,
I swear to God, I heard
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, so pause it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's happening here is that they're having a rap battle, and
Right.
You're supposed to obviously make the lyrics up on the spot based on who you're rap battling with, right?
Okay.
This guy just caught that she's actually using the lyrics of a local rapper there, and he's about to pull it up and play it back to her and see her reaction. She's denying it. She's flat out saying, "No, that's me." Blah 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 blah. So now you're
Hold on. I'll play the song right now.
Who the fuck is Tony Cocaine?
She just asked who Honey Cocaine.
Cash me outside. How about that? I mean, I wouldn't call her a con artist. That's just sort of ripping people off.
Where did you find the boot?
But this
is a con artist.
I was gonna say, this seems promising. Never mind. I don't know why I think it's promising, but it's clearly like a news show. It's not because he's black.
Yeah,
I'm not racist, guys.
I was getting ready to say somebody's got a little white privilege guilt there. It seems like coming through there, Jimmy.
Yeah, a little bit.
So,
a little bit,
but
you can just
see a black man and think it's promising, huh?
You can see it. You can see in his face and his body language. This dude's about to lie a lot. And by the way, it's only racist if I'm wrong. So let's find out if I'm a racist. Fuck! Please don't be racist.
Boy, that was some damage control.
And motorists and passenger cars and vans get booted.
Can you pause it real quick, Jimmy?
It was.
Yeah.
Can you pause it? Because that guy was actually a victim of a.
Well, bye everybody.
Crime.
See ya. I'm out. By the way, you're the one who said he was a con artist at the beginning, but whatever. Fuck this shit. I'm out. I'll just grab my.
I didn't say him. I said now this next one is a con artist, which he is. You'll see here in just a second.
I'm just gonna
imagine if.
I'm just gonna embrace my whiteness and start drinking my berry LaCroix. Sorry, everybody. Didn't mean to be racist, but it. I mean,
So yeah, I'm looking for a co-host for Ad+Homies. Anybody that is interested, please.
The standards are so low too to replace me. Are you shitting me? Like anybody.
You just have to be racist or better than a racist.
Just better than a racist. Yeah. Some racists may apply. It depends on who you're racist against.
That's true.
Some racists may apply.
It's the left rear.
Tires and wheels immobilized by this man, James Chard, an alleged thief running MC parking.
Oh my God!
Preys on vehicles parked in strip malls and other lots.
Where do we see the guy?
No official contractor permission.
Look at that hair.
Them.
Look at
You're
that
in the store
hair.
for about 20 minutes.
Yes.
Next thing you know,
Your car's got a big.
By the way, I
yellow boot
don't
on
think
it.
she's the con artist,
Latoya
for the
Forrester,
record.
A stroke victim got
You
booted
should
in
just stop.
Joliet while parked in a strip mall spot reserved for drivers with disabilities. You're the victim of a scam.
Yes, yes.
Victims say Chard demands cash on the spot. James, I'm Dave Savini from Channel 2. There are
Now look at this
allegations that
guy.
you've been booting people all across the Chicago area. You did this to a woman with a disability. What
This literally has to be the most frightening-looking man on the planet.
All right, I'm not saying this just to balance it out. I actually mean this. Look at this guy. And did you see the picture from before? He looked like one of those, if you ever played Left 4 Dead, there were these big, fat, swollen dudes who would explode if they got close to you. He looked like one of them. And so I'm not saying this to balance from before, but like, seriously, fucking white people.
It'll show him better here in just a second.
This looks exactly like these bad guys on Left 4 Dead, these bloated dudes. And yeah, that is one fucking white people. Why have the hair on the back of the head?
I don't know. That's what I can't figure out. It's so bizarre.
Let me find one of these. A picture of one of these real quick.
Yes.
Victims say Chard demands cash on the spot. James, I'm Dave Savini from Channel 2. There are allegations that you've been booting people all across the Chicago area.
They follow this
you
guy.
Did this to a woman with a disability. What kind of person does that to anyone, let alone someone who's got a disability?
Obviously a person that has no conscience.
They claim.
I'm mostly pausing to avoid a copyright strike.
That you're preying on people. What do you have to say about this?
Put that hand out of my face.
He charged truckers even bigger fines. How much did he want to get that boot off?
1,000.
Sir, I apologize for my co-host. I wish I could rectify the situation, but I just want you to know that we apologize, sir.
Are they calling me out for my overt racism?
No, I'm talking to the guy that's on the video. He came back. I don't know why he came back, but he came back.
So here's who I was talking about. Doesn't it just look like, apparently he's that zombie, though from this angle this actually appears to be a big fat woman zombie, but I don't know.
So now you're misgendering people. Good God.
I'm sexist and transphobic and racist. Let's just watch my sub count dive. Bye everyone.
Just stop talking.
I should have never started my SJW channel.
That's true. Yeah, on that we can agree.
Shamari Stewart says Chard is a con man who needs to be imprisoned, claiming Chard hung signs up after Stewart parked.
That's pretty much the gist of this one. We need to get to the creme de la creme, which is the guy that passes out in court.
And 1,000 for the boot.
This is wrong.
How is that the next one?
Police agreed, and during our
I think so.
This guy?
Oh, no.
Okay. And why the glass?
That's kind of like the Jenga tower right there.
Okay. 21.2 pounds. That's the brick right there. Right. Okay. And why the glass? I'm going to break that concrete slab with that glass without breaking the glass. Are you ready?
I'm actually really excited for this one. I'm going to guess that they're all pre-broken.
It goes exactly how you think it's going to go.
That's incredible. Wait, no, to be honest, I actually felt these bricks. These are real bricks. I mean, there's no joke. Oh! Wow! Check it out, baby. Guns. Guns! How the hell did you do that? Oh my God.
How the hell did you do that?
Okay.
I can't tell if the reporter's in on it though or not. Like if he really thinks that he broke it, or if he knew they were already like that.
I think he might have been trying to expose him for a moment. The way he was like, "Whoa!" I almost thought he was like calling him out, but then he acted like it was his guns.
It could be
guns.
This is the one right here.
She informed me that she had family in another part of Ohio.
Now I assume that the con artist in this one is the white guy on the bench, right?
Oh. See, the key is to move on from the.
My thing is just lean in. I made a mistake.
Okay, yeah. Leaning into racism is definitely not the good plan. Okay, never lean into racism ever.
Are you sure about that? Could you be wrong?
I am positive. No, absolutely not.
Couldn't be wrong about that?
Not a chance.
Well, I assume the guy who looks like Bob Odenkirk with his face in his hand in the background there, I assume that's Better Call Saul, because it actually looks exactly like Better Call Saul. But forgive me, all white people look alike to me. Doesn't he? Look at him though. Look at from this angle. Doesn't he look exactly like Better Call Saul?
Jimmy, doubling down on racist tones.
I'm sorry that I'm attacking white people right now, but they've had a few thousand years of great times. They can handle it. Tell me I'm wrong. Like, forget all the racist stuff before. Tell me that doesn't look exactly like Bob Odenkirk at this angle. Fine.
Hey,
don't tell me.
He's finally having a meltdown, I think. Yeah, I don't know. We're still on the air. He just went.
He's acting like he knows anybody to call that I would know that would be concerned. Okay. He's the most concerned person of that. Mm-hmm.
That's how we'll handle it. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, Jimmy, can we see what the next clip entails? I'm sure it's going to be fantastic.
All right, let's watch Bob Odenkirk can't con all of these people.
Good job, Jimmy.
She never provided with you. Excuse me, hold on a second. Your Honor, excuse me for a second. I need some time.
And nobody says anything back to him.
We're going to take a break, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man, that poor person. That's really sad. I don't know why Bob Odenkirk doesn't jump in and help though.
Please step out. The record should reflect that the defendant is slouching over to the side and acts like he's sleeping. His breath appears to be quite normal. Doesn't appear to be labored in any way. Is that a fair assessment, sir?
Yes.
It's not labored in any manner.
Yes, Your Honor.
Does he appear to be doing anything to you other than sitting in that chair?
He's committed.
No, Your Honor.
He is so committed. Smelling salt.
Oh, a remarkable change. Thank you. Anything, Mr. Thompson?
What is in smelling salts? I've never used them before.
Salt and bottled up farts, I think, from that creepy guy that just eats Cheetos all day.
Oh, okay. What do they actually smell like? Do you
know? Salt and the farts from a creepy guy that eats Cheetos all day.
I'm gonna give Tesla Ranger a free read here. I usually read the super chats, but this one's actually pretty funny. This just in: Brett Kavanaugh fakes heart attack. Can't you just imagine that?
That would be fantastic.
That was
good.
Talk about white people who've been conning everyone this week.
That's good. Jimmy, it seems like you're going back to the thing. Let's not go back to the thing. Good.
But white people, am I right? Okay, next. Or we'll keep going.
Mr. Wilkins, do you have any questions for this?
Monitor your live chat, though, because if anybody actually knows shit about smelling salts, I actually want to know what's going on there. What is smelling salts?
Okay. Anybody know anything about smelling salts?
What are in them? What do they smell like? Somebody said ammonia. I could kind of see that.
Better. Sulfur.
Could just be like sulfur, though. Like sulfur, I think most of Florida is used to now. Because I don't know if you've ever been to Florida. The whole place smells like sulfur. Literally all of it.
I refuse to go to Florida.
And if you see
when you go to Florida, you never come back the same. Ever. You never come back the same.
Their sprinklers are always going off, and if you look at like where they pool down to their ditches, there's literally it's lined with this green sulfur fucking shit.
There's two things that will happen to you in Florida. Either you become the victim of shuffleboard or getting shot, and either of those do not appeal to me.
You know what though? Here's my views on race. So, oh wait, hang on a second. Oh, hang on. So white and black people.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna see if I can hack into Jimmy's vMix and continue the show. Whatever happened to him, he deserved it because he's a racist, and that's just what happens to people who are racist.
You know, if I'm unconscious, I don't want anyone to stand over my body and go, "It's fine, let him go. He was racist."
Yes, sir.
That's actually my eulogy for you.
That's
fine, guys. Let him go. He was racist.
I did steal that. Thank you, Sunrise Bedtime. He suggested Jimmy fake a heart attack.
That was good. That was good too.
That's a brilliant idea.
Mr. Wilkins, as I advised you yesterday, sir, your disruptive behavior was challenging your ability to continue to represent yourself. You've been checked out by trained deputies who are medics. You've been checked out by a registered nurse as well as an emergency medical technician, all of whom indicate that there is nothing physically wrong with you, nor any reason why you couldn't continue here, sir.
So he's representing himself. By the way, you know what I'm really annoyed at? I have 2 dogs right over there who saw me fake a heart attack, didn't give a shit. Oh,
that's because they feel the same way. They're probably looking at each other going, he was a racist.
Fucking
Adios.
racist.
Bow wow.
Ammonia in a glass capsule wrapped in cotton with netting. You smash the glass and it's the text is kind of small and I can't read. And it's serious into
said.
The swab. Okay, there's also a typo. Soaks into the swab. Got it. So it's basically just Windex.
It's ammonium carbonate.
Carbonate? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like in a concentrated form, Windex would give you a little...
You guys are so smart.
Thank you, everybody.
And I do know that dogs can smell racism.
They dogs that does seem to play out. That does.
Oh, I wasn't ready for that.
Though dogs are often the most racist of all. Have you ever met a police canine?
As I told you, sir,
I'm not going deeper down your rabbit hole.
Constitutional right to represent yourself is not a license to abuse the dignity of the courtroom. Neither is it a license not to comply with the rules of procedure, the substantive rules, and it sounds like you're doing exactly what the witness indicated, Mr. Prigmore indicated you said you would do, which was to make some effort to cause a mistrial. But as I advised you, sir, and as the case law is very clear about, your behavior will not cause a mistrial. It certainly may have a...
I don't get why he's still committed.
If you've ever...
I don't either.
That guy is more committed than like a white guy who's uncomfortable with how racist he came off earlier, leaning into it. That commitment level is impressive.
Yeah. Or a white guy that can't believe he just exposed himself for being a true racist live on the air.
Yeah.
Either one of those examples would work.
Really what it comes down to is my saying, like, look at this guy, he's clearly the con artist, and being wrong is clearly the equivalent to, white people are just better.
This just in, Mr. Atheist closed his channel and opens up his alternative channel, Mr. Klansman.
Yeah. It's showing up. Also, I can't wait for someone
instead of Sunday Mass, Sunday lynchings.
I can't wait for somebody to isolate that clip when I run for office one day. White people are just better. That's going to be taken, I'm sure, not out of context.
Your SJW friends are not going to be happy with you.
Well, they haven't left yet.
Lost something
because they were never here. I don't actually, the live chat, like the ones that they seem to not be attending today, but sorry everybody.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad, because their hearts would be broken right now if they could.
The funny thing though is, like, at least I always know that I have options on Fox News, because Tucker Carlson and Laura Ingraham are still like famous. And they've like dropped not sounding racist. They've both gone on Why Is Immigration? Laura Ingraham did Why Is Immigration So Great? And talking about how like even legal immigration. And Tucker Carlson had a segment, if I'm not mistaken, was called Why Is Diversity Our Strong Suit?
You could also own a basketball team like the Golden State Warriors. I hear they really like racist owners, so that would be an option for you.
All right. God, when one window open, when one door closes, God opens a racist window. It's pretty dope.
He does love racists. That's for sure.
What are racist windows? Like super heavy alarm attached windows in super affluent neighborhoods?
I think they would.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Like people in like super rich gated communities, but they know the mailman's black, so they still get a whole alarm system. Calm down, people. You'll be fine. He's just doing his job. That made up for the earlier racism, please. Right?
Just stop, please.
Stop. I've only been attacking white people since that first little hiccup. Here we go.
But we all know why you're doing it.
I'm having a great time. I'm quite enjoying myself.
Probably wondered where that digital camera iPod really ended up. Well, tonight.
Oh, this one's too long. We need to
could bring you some answers. Sometimes your favorite shiny toys can end up in the homes of people who screen your baggage. The TSA officers at the security gate.
This $600 iPad belonging to ABC News was left behind on purpose and worked step by step until it stopped at an address 30 miles away in.
They left the iPad.
No, they didn't leave it. They put it in their bag at the TSA, and the TSA. They got a tip that TSA agents there were stealing things out while they were putting them onto the plane, and the TSA agent actually took it out of their bag and took it home. So they left and got to their destination without it and called or put in a claim or whatever, and then now they're going to track the iPad and go to the TSA agents.
But by the way, the fact that the Find My iPhone worked for a few weeks, because they don't go and follow up at the guy's house for a couple of weeks, means that this was a totally unlocked iPad. You didn't need a password to get in it or anything, and they're using it. They're recharging it, all of that shit. And no one thought, hey, I should change the Apple ID on this fucking device. They're just like, let's just leave it on. Especially like back in the day, you could reset these things pretty easy. Now, if Find My iPhone is on, you actually have to use the password to sign out of it. And it's just stupid. What are these people thinking?
Anybody dumb enough to steal an iPad out of somebody's like luggage is dumb enough not to change that. I mean, they're just not all there. They're not bright at all.
And just an asshole.
Claremont, Florida, the home of the same TSA officer last seen with our iPad. 2 weeks later, we showed up to get it back from TSA officer Ramirez.
Brian Ross from ABC.
That's a nice place too. Why would he need to steal an iPad here?
Now, I assume the guy in the suit and jacket is the con artist in this one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
With the microphone on and stuff?
We're looking for a
we're not going to acknowledge your racism.
Okay. And the tracking device shows that it's located right here at this address.
Okay.
Is it here?
No, sir.
But as you will see, that would turn out to be not true.
Did you take it?
No, sir.
You did not take it?
No, sir.
But shortly after we set off an audible alarm on the missing iPad, Ramirez produced it.
Sir. It really bugs me.
That's hilarious.
It does, but it really bugs me the way, like, it is transparent, but it bugs me the way that people, when they are lying, get really calm about it and just very sweet and kind and just like, oh, I didn't take that. Did someone take an iPad? Do you need my help?
It's a natural response.
Do you need my help to find the? No. I know that. It's just like people talk about like not liking liars and shit, and everybody's just fucking lying to each other all goddamn day, all the time. And then people think like, I don't want to know a liar. And then they meet people who actually just always tell the truth to a fault, and they never like those people. I don't have any friends.
That's a very pessimistic way to look at things, but that is something that I would expect with a racist. So it makes complete sense that you feel that way.
I get that. That's your perception of a racist like me. What would the perception though be of a discount garden gnome?
Cheery, happy. He likes to, in his spare time, go make cookies like the Keebler elves, hoping one day he can do a good enough job to actually become a Keebler elf. I keep trying to get noticed, but they just keep walking past, making their little fudge rounds. But we don't have to get into all that.
Hey Siri, would I rather be a racist or a discount garden gnome? Interesting question, she says. Okay.
Way to be unbiased.
Yeah. No worries.
Now ask Alexa, because you and Alexa seemed it makes sense that
Alexa.
You have Alexa.
Would I rather be a racist or a discount garden gnome?
I don't know that one.
Alexa, Simon says
yes,
fuck
you do, you
gnomes.
racist bitch.
No MS.
Well, that's weird. I think she said fuck no MS. You know what? That was pretty dope of her. We should fight MS. It sucks. It's a shitty condition to have. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what this whole channel is about now. Go support your favorite MS cure. This is what comes out of... This is the bright side of what comes out of racism and gnomeship.
She was talking about MS-13 because they're obvious rivals with the Bloods and the Crips. I mean, God, she is not talking about the condition MS.
For the record, MS-13 is a gang entirely made of people with MS. Who feels like the bigot now?
I don't think that you have done your research whatsoever.
It is 13
and I want to...
kind gentlemen and gentle ladies with multiple sclerosis.
I always thought that I would love to, like, for example, in 2007, when Britney Spears had her mental breakdown and she threw things through windshields and shaved her head, I remember thinking, you know what, it would be really fun to watch that happen in real time, like to be a friend of somebody that actually got that. It is not fun. And I feel that I am witnessing Britney Spears
Your standard for a mental breakdown is so low.
This is just...
My racism
it's
made
shameful.
this show, and you know it. All right, let's...
Found it. There it is.
One of my mods, right, as I said, my racism made this show, put the subscribed link in the live chat. She didn't know that was what was happening, but it's so funny.
God. Guys, you can come over here where we love everybody of every color.
Oh yeah, go subscribe to NonSec, because you won't hear anyone be accidentally racist. You'll just hear overt bigotry 3 to 5 times a week.
Where has that ever happened?
Jilly Juice. Oh, she didn't actually make it on. The bigots didn't. She is totally a bigot. What are you talking about?
She's not racist.
It's curing that bigotry isn't exclusive to just racism. Didn't you guys have a white privilege debate like 2 days ago, and neither side was very good at presenting it? I think I remember liking one of the guys themselves, but they were both real bad.
That's the thing, though. They didn't talk about white privilege. They talked about class privilege. So we didn't even actually. That's the thing about the show. We actually tried to be a little bit racially dangerous, and we couldn't do it because it's just not in us. It's not in Non Sequitur to be like that. So this is a safe space for you guys. If you feel a little too shaky and controversial, just come on over here. We'll accept you with open arms and a big smile, multicolored smile.
I've been too racist to make the jokes popping in my head now.
Ramirez said it was his wife who had taken the iPad, not him.
Come on in, sir.
No, I don't want to come inside. I want you to
He
explain how
blamed it
this
on his
iPad
wife.
left at a TSA screening station.
That's really douchey. And by the way, like, what happened to this guy? I assumed Super Troopers would have made enough money to keep him, like, afloat. But now he's working at the TSA.
That was good.
Thank you.
I missed that. That's a great movie, by the way. That's a great movie.
Oh, really good. How was the second one?
Did they have a second one?
It just came out this last year on 420. They become Canadian Mounties, but I haven't seen it yet.
That's funny. That's a good twist. The thing about this is, I'm assuming his wife doesn't work at the TSA. So how would his wife swipe the iPad?
Right. This is I'm trying to remember what I was watching recently. Oh, it was To Catch a Predator. I fucking love To Catch a Predator. I'm addicted to that and like Kitchen Nightmares. Very unrelated shows, but I love watching clips from both. And anyway, the guy who hosts, Chris
Hansen.
I was going to say Chris Hayes, but I was like, that's a Republican pundit. Chris Hansen, he talks about like the people not thinking through as they make their excuses. Like, you understand, we're saying we have this chat of the two of you planning to be here. You're saying that wasn't you, but you're also here. You understand. And so it's like we were doing this investigation of people just regularly stealing the stuff at the TSA. You work at the TSA. You're a supervisor at the TSA. We brought our iPad in, and the first iPad we bring in to do this investigation ends up in your house. And now it's a big mix-up that your wife found it while she was at the airport or something. Like, just the concept of not understanding the scope at a certain point. And by the way, cops and judges, I think, treat you better if you just go, I'm busted. Look, the culture there, we just started doing this. I stole your iPad.
No, they don't.
You don't think so?
No, they don't.
You don't think
no,
they?
I did that. I did that when I went to plead for my my drug charges, and it did not go well at all.
Maybe it's my complexion, but you're pretty white too. But like every time I get pulled over for like legitimately breaking the law, I embrace it. I tell them before they tell me what I did wrong. I try to make them laugh within like a minute, and I've never gotten a ticket. The most I gotten was a written warning once, and I've been pulled over plenty. Now, here's the secret, and I don't want everyone to spread this, so only the people watching it to know this. If you're speeding, tell them you were about to shit your pants. And try and make it funny and just be like, listen, officer, I want you to understand, like, I'm not trying to make an excuse or anything. Mostly what I want to tell you here is like, if you need to give me a ticket, and I'm not trying to rush you, but like I have to get to a bathroom immediately because I'm going to crap myself otherwise. And then think about this. Consider what's worse, a $200 ticket or making good on your excuse and actually crapping yourself. If you got to shit yourself, just shit yourself.
I would say I would say that that is funny advice, and depending on the officer you get, it might work. But I have my cousin is a state trooper, and he told me the two things that you get, the two most like common excuses that you get. Number one was the diarrhea, and number two was that they left something like an iron or the stove or something like that on at home. Those are that's the 1 and 2 things that they hear the most.
You know what though? That might be true. I actually believe the diarrhea excuse. The one at home, I left something on at home, sure. But America is like all irritable bowel syndrome now. It's like America is IBS. Everybody's eating like shit and stuff. So it's not unreasonable to think that probably only half the people are lying about the diarrhea. And again, remember, first of all, if you can let out a couple of rancid farts, obviously that's going to help your case. Make sure they get swept up.
Look at the state of this show.
Maybe crack some smelling salts in your car or something. Have a stink bomb or something.
Look at the state of this. Look at the state of this.
But just remember, like, just be ready to make good on the Anyway.
Jimmy, I hate to stop you, but I think this might be a good time to pull the plug because already you have been racist, and now you said that America is a shithole because you just said that America is just nothing but IBS. So not only are you racist, but you're also un-American and unpatriotic. Yeah. And I draw the line there, sir. I want to clarify.
I want to clarify on my level of patriotism. America does suck, and it's mostly filled with stupid people. But the good news is the world sucks, and it's mostly filled with stupid people. So America, I actually think sucks the least, but it is garbage. I'll commit. I don't think a lot of your we're on atheist channels. I don't think a lot of your subscribers are going to disagree, except for the religious ones that are like, this is the promised land. And motherfuckers, enjoy the promised land. It's a promise of garbage.
It's not the promised land. I think
to Mormons it literally is.
We have things just like any other country that we need to work on. But as far as countries go, we're pretty great. And we've done a lot of amazing things. I mean, look at the innovations and things that we've done, and just the ability to get through some of the hurdles that have been presented to us. What we've done around the world. I don't
disagree with any of that.
It's garbage.
I still will, but I will say I think we're the best. I think this is the best. If I had to reset, and I don't know what I'm coming back as, male, female, or any of the non-traditional genders. I don't know what race I'm coming back in, but all I get to pick is what country I'm going to be born into. I'm still going to pick the United States every time. But here's the thing. I'll make a one sentence, very short. I am president of the United States. I think that's all you need to know. I didn't even say the person's name, but I am. Who's in charge? It's me, and everybody loves my brain. Kind of a shit country.
No, I mean, we got a shitty president, and we got some people that the majority of the country voted for Hillary. Remember that he won the electoral college, so the majority of the country didn't want that fiend either.
Didn't the majority of the country not vote at all? What was the total vote count?
No, it wasn't the majority. It was a lot. It was a lot.
I think we got up to like, yeah, you're right. It was something like 60, 70%, which is still low. And why we should have mandatory voting.
But the majority didn't vote for that monster either. So that's just a system thing. The system was rigged against that particular. But in a defense to that, Hillary Clinton is a very polarizing person. I think if you'd have ran somebody like Cory Booker or somebody like that, you would have seen a completely different outcome, and not anywhere close to him getting elected.
It wouldn't be that they weren't polarizing. It's that nobody would have thought. No one thinks Cory Booker certainly is dramatic, but no one thinks he's phony. No one thinks Bernie is phony. It's what they're saying are the things he's actually going after. Whereas, and again, I enthusiastically voted for Hillary. I think she would have been an excellent president. Come after me. And there go all my subscribers. The racism wasn't okay, but now I said I like Hillary, and all my subs are gone. Terrible candidate, and I think people, the way she talks, if she would talk the way she always talked, like when she'd go to like talk shows afterwards especially, and the way she let loose, she'd be president right now. The fact is, she went around being like, oh, this area is a little more like moderate to slightly Republican. Well, you guys know I'm practically on the right? And then she'd go to like a college town and be like, yeah, I'm a socialist. And that just doesn't track well with anybody. Fake. Yeah. But look at Beto O'Rourke right now is going on a super progressive platform in Texas and might unseat Ted Cruz, which, granted,
I hope so.
It is Ted Cruz, so you have a slight advantage there. But it's like fucking the guy in Alabama, the child molester. It took a child molester to barely win and get a Democratic senator in Alabama. So what I'm saying is Ted Cruz is as bad as a child molester.
I don't think anybody would disagree with you there. I think Ted Cruz is he's a monster. But I think you have people that back Trump and people that are hardcore into that, and those are people that at their core are angry, disenfranchised, jaded. But for the majority of the country, I think the majority of the country is on the same page in terms of what they're looking for. They just want people to leave them alone and not tax them to death. That's it.
Yeah. I think that is what a lot of people want in theory, but I think in practice, if you started to take things away and you started to go, okay, we're going to let the private entities, if you had a libertarian government, I think people would be calling for fucking communism immediately. Not literally. That's a joke.
People are never going to be happy with the government that they have.
Absolutely.
Ever. That's the takeaway. They're never going to be satisfied, and they're always going to want something different. And when they get that something different, they're either going to miss what they used to have, or they're going to push for something different. Right. That's the one thing about people, is that you can never be satisfied.
And before people get too mad, because I've been filled with tons of sound bites, I actually like libertarians, and I think there's a lot of intellectual and emotional and honesty to libertarianism. I don't think there's a lot of practicality to it, but I get it. And there's a lot of people, when you talk to a lot of libertarians, it's easy to go away with the impression of like, they just want to be selfish. But I've actually, first of all, having been a libertarian, but also know a lot of and have surrounded myself with a lot of libertarians, there is an honesty to the way that they genuinely believe poverty will be fixed by taking the government out of the market. And I just think they're wrong, but I like them, and I think they are mostly, obviously in any group, maybe it's not even mostly, maybe it's just the ones I've interacted with, but, excuse me, but there is honesty there, and they're a good group of people. But I know I'm in an atheist channel, and shitting on libertarians is never a good idea. There's quite a few atheist libertarians.
My live chat says, can you not pull the plug on this guy already?
Suck my dick. Whoever you are, fuck you. Like and subscribe.
You don't want to do that. It's not that impressive, but okay.
They think this is your show. This is a 50-50 partnership, bros. He can pull me as much as I pull him, and we've been pulling each other like crazy.
If it keeps going the way it's going, I might just have to pull myself, which is something I'm used to, because every Saturday night I like to sit down with a nice little Pornhub selection and pull it myself.
You don't have to do it alone. It's weird that you said that's on Saturday nights. That means this is foreplay.
Right.
Yeah. This gets you in the mood. I like that.
Well,
are you mad I brought the
usually
man bun in this week? Is that
the man bun is the least of your worries tonight?
No, that's the difference, right? Not the. Well, let's pull one of these. It's probably all just holding itself up now. It's not.
Oh, he keeps making it worse. Stop committing. Like stop committing to the
Kyle, I'm sorry that on your channel you don't feel empowered to be yourself, but over here on Mr. Atheist.
I am myself. Myself is just not a misogynist, racist.
What did I do that was misogynist?
Fabio.
What's weird
is that you misgendered a goblin. That's what you did. You misgendered a goblin.
First of all, a zombie, you speciesist motherfucker.
They're the same thing.
Oh my God. Oh, the bigotry is palpable.
You got me, okay? I thought I could keep it a secret, but goblins, I mean, they're just worthless. They're lazy. They don't do shit. No.
But some of them, I assume, are good goblins.
Fabulous people. Love them. So for our last clip,
okay,
go to the next video. I want to play the first. This to me is the greatest moment in. It should be the next clip, the next video, Jimmy.
This
not
one?
This. No, the next.
Oh, we're going to the
cringe.
Got it.
Yeah.
EKR world record. Congrats
watch
to
this.
Fool, and thanks to everyone for such great events. Put this money on the 16 star
I love the look on his face. I think that would be the look on my face. Hey man,
it's
what the fuck?
It gets so much better. But I'm glad we're ending with this. It's very fitting that we're ending with this clip, because this is what we should be like. We should not be racist. We should be the white kid willing to share the back of the chair, arm in arm with the black individual. So
That's
Jimmy,
true.
you can take a lesson from this clip.
I can't, because I can't stop seeing myself as the dude in the blue shirt in the middle that looks exactly like me just 10 years ago.
It looks nothing like you, but watch the continuation of the face.
That dude's gonna have a great beard one day.
And if you
look at the face.
I got you. Come on.
He can't understand what's happening.
I thought they were gonna I thought it was gonna fix it. I thought they were gonna decide to embrace it and just hold hands. I do want to watch the whole thing.
No, but the white kid committed.
KR world record.
Like he wasn't.
Look at his discount garden anime character.
I'm so pissed off. Deflection will not work here, sir.
Deflecting from what now?
Unfortunately, Godless Iwan has, I think, discontinued the.
Wait. We have to stop for a second, because when I embrace and lean in, you want me to change subject. When I make a totally unrelated joke, I'm deflecting. I can't win with you, Kyle. And this is the problem with gay guys. That was pretty
Go
funny.
on, please.
I don't know.
I'm not. I want to watch this burnout. Go ahead.
That's all I had. That was the whole joke. That was the whole plan for it. Here's the thing. You know what I hate? When you get done, I don't know what I'm going to do. I thought I had a joke there. I lost it all. I'm not straight enough to come up with gay bigotry.
Tonight homophobic. On the season or the series finale of Ad+Homies, Jimmy will leave us. I cringe to do this, but Jimmy will leave us in a minute before we close out. He will give us his advice on life and how one should approach certain situations. But was there any? What do you have coming up for the week, Jimmy?
Lots of stuff. So atheist interviews. I'll have my interview with Bryce Blakenagel. I think I'm going to be attacking Jordan Peterson again this week. Tomorrow on Sunday Mass, the Godless Iowan, Cyrus the Skeptic, and Kyle returns. As Kyle was saying before I interrupted with my homophobia. Before I interrupted, we don't have a countdown list that has been discontinued by the Godless Iowan. But if you guys have suggestions, we'll get that Reddit for Ad+Homies up, even though apparently there's no more show anymore, and we can start reviewing y'all's list of favorite videos of the week for atheism. I kind of wish I'd left the man bun in. And then I'll probably next week go do a episode on the finer points of white supremacy, I guess.
That would make sense. I was wondering what is it, the 14 words or the 8 words or the 7 words?
I don't know what you're talking about,
Oh, yes, you do. You're racist. All of you
I have
know
no idea
what I'm talking about. Don't act like you do.
But I'll make a video called 7 Signs You're a White Supremacist.
Right. And just they should all link to this video.
All of them. You say this.
What was I gonna say? Damn it! I had a really good cut. I had a really good quick-witted one-liner, and it came and it went, and now I can't think of what it is.
I'm very sorry. I'm gonna check if I lost subs over this racism real quick.
You probably did. But anyway, yeah. And then on our show, we've got on Monday. Let me see what we got Monday. Let me pull up my calendar. Monday is an abortion debate between Cyrus the Skeptic and the Catholic Fusionist. Tuesday is in Inception with Logic and
I see what you did there.
Logic and Shannon. I have 2 right now, 2 incels. I have an incel and a brain cell, and they are coming on to talk about why they exist and the differences between the differences between the incel groups, because now apparently from what I see, they're warring with each other. There are warring factions of the incels, those that think that it is appropriate to be harassing, and that normies or chads, which is what they call us. Oddly enough, they do have a term that they use for black guys that are attractive and normal. They call those Tyrones. So you have chads.
That's the fucking racist thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. But that, you know what? That's not the worst part of it.
By the way, I actually know a black guy named Chad, so it's even funnier. And he is
paradox.
Fine.
Somebody sent me the incel manual that it goes through, and this guy has spent all of this time compiling the different views and almost like a science paper. There wasn't nothing funny about it. He wasn't trying to be funny. But it lists off the different groups based on, what he's been finding across the internet. And the really racist part of these incels is when they describe people of different ethnicities, and these people actually accept it. So you have what they call curry cells and rice cells, and these are
I think we know
that that and Asian people, and the Indian people will get on these forums and say that it's the smell of curry is the reason why they can't get laid. That's the reason why they're involuntarily celibate. So they call themselves curry cells.
Do you have any concerns like that when they come on, they'll just be entirely insolent?
I don't even know what insolent means.
What about, are you worried that they'll show up and not respect your authority, like they'll be insubordinate?
Insubordinate. Oh, I see what you did. I'm hoping that they'll be just incestuous. That's what.
Yeah, I hope so too. I hope so. I really do. And I really hope they don't condescend to you. Brought it back. That's what they do in comedy. They bring it back.
Oh yeah, just like the guy who played Kramer, right? Like he did at the Comedy Store that one time. He really brought it back. Yeah.
Fucking Hank.
And then Thursday we have Soul Phone finally, and I want to touch briefly on this before we go. This is going to be a epic show because I have been waiting to call these people out on their bullshit for about 4 months now. I reached out to them 4 months ago. It's 4 PhDs that put this program on together, or that are developing this technology. And I emailed them about 4 months ago, and they said they were taking 4 interviews. That's it. They were only going to do 4 interviews. 2 of them was one of them was with Newsweek. There was one with a TV show, and then they were going to do 2 online things. And I had to go through all of these hoops and hurdles. I had to send them like our analytics stuff and samples of the shows that we do, all that other. I didn't hear from him for like 3 weeks. And then he emails me and said, we're going to go with your program. Let's set a date. So we set a date for July. And the day before the show, he emails me and says that his wife's father had passed away and that they were going to have to deal with that. And the asshole side of me wanted to be like, why don't you just call him on Soul Phone?
Yeah, no shit. You don't have to stop talking to him. Like, nothing's different for you.
Yeah, don't be upset. So we rescheduled. We rescheduled until August. And then the day before the show in August, he emails me and says that they had a big breakthrough with the video aspect of Soul Phone. And that it was taking up all their time. They are postponing the interviews until they get that mapped out. So he emails me. I don't email him. He emails me back several weeks later and says, we got everything mapped out. We are finally ready to go. I've got Newsweek this week, and we'll do you next week. Now, that is going to be Thursday. And for those of you who don't know, they claim that basically you can Skype your relatives after they've passed on to the afterlife. You will actually be able to hold a video conversation with those that have passed on to the afterlife. That is not as funny as it sounds, because it's batshit crazy. They and they're PhDs. That's the scary part. Like, these are people that have, and they went to great schools. Columbia, one of them.
Are you sure they went to the great school of Columbia, or maybe they went to the country of Columbia to get their degrees?
I'm positive. I have researched this inside and out. I know everything that there is to know about Soul Phone, just so that on Thursday they're mine. Like, they are mine.
Remember that Ben Carson is a very celebrated and considered a brilliant brain surgeon. So there is no shortage of brilliant idiots.
Oh, I agree. I'm just saying what's going to happen is they're going to use that as a way to get people who wouldn't normally fall for stuff like that. It gives them some kind of like credibility. That's what pisses me off about it. They're using that as a way to sound like they are, more believable.
Right. Gives them
the average
credibility
thing.
Was what you said, and that's perfect.
Yeah.
I just worry, like, you'll probably for all of these shows need to have some sort of mental and emotional barrier. You just need to be prepared to insulate yourself. I wasn't done with the puns.
I hope I don't have to go. I'm trying to play out in my head if that would work or not. Con-Mando.
I like it.
Okay, let's back up for a second. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna pretend.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to figure out if I, make sure I don't have to go commando on them.
Yeah, no, that's important. That's important. How are you going to handle the controversy?
Very controlled. Very controlled.
I'm excited. There should be a party or something should happen in celebration.
I think there should be a lot of confetti.
Oh, tons of it. I'm just really proud of you guys because you're sticking with your convictions, and I just want to say that's wonderful.
Just try to contain your excitement, Jimmy.
I'm trying, but it's trying to make its way out. It's trying to emerge. I think I ran out of puns. The hard one is the incel one. The incel one is the harder one to put into, Yeah.
All right. Well,
okay.
We totally went almost 2 hours on our 1 hour program. So.
Yep. Yeah. About an hour and a half right now. You wanted me to end on some life advice. So listen, sometimes you accidentally are racist. And sometimes it's your co-host's fault. And sometimes it's your co-host's fault. Maybe sometimes they set it up and you immediately think, and then you see this like low down news angle and you think you're about to get sold a story. And then you realize that it might be perceived that you thought that because the guy was black, not because the context of the situation was you were watching con artists. And so then you think, I should make sure people know I don't think they're black. But if I say that out loud, then it draws attention to the racism. And so if you do that, remember to just make shit jokes for the absolute rest of the episode. Make sure you say things that will never be taken out of context, like, let's all be honest, white people are superior, or whatever I said earlier. Lean into it, because at that point, there's no coming back anyway. I'm Kyle Curtis, representing Non-Sequitur. Don't forget.
I know Kyle Curtis, and you, sir, are no Kyle Curtis. Here's my life advice for everyone. If you're thinking about doing YouTube, watch this and do the complete opposite, and you will be successful.
The funny thing is, I don't know what the comments and live chats going on over there are, but I've actually quite enjoyed my time here. I had a fun time.
It was fun.
They were asking us to do a whole 2 hours. That would mean we would go until 7:15, and I just am not motivated to do that.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. He's just not that into you.
Oh, I'm way into you, but I don't know if I can convince myself to do it. Good night, everybody!